Just doing a video because I failed to show a process in changing a battery on the Uplander, Pontiac Montana, including the Saturn Raleigh and the Buick Terraza. And I don't really know too much about the older models like the Adventure or the Silhouette or the old Montana. This is the new style Montana, the SV6. And I got asked about the fuse box twice, and I guess, and also I'm using a tripod now, so it's I think a little better than making you all seasick, as one person put it. This box, you just take these tabs here and push, and there's two more on the other side. You do the same way, as long as you don't reattach the other side in the process. The fuse box comes off. The tabs you push are right here. I'm going to take the fuse box just to show you what all I'm talking about. You don't actually disconnect the fuse box. I don't think that's really the wisest thing to do. I'm just going to show you what I do to get it off. It's good because this, if you ever try to use a ratchet on a loose bolt, it doesn't work. But you don't want to have to fight to pull this apart, or dig the nut out of there. So I'm using a ratcheting wrench, or a speed wrench if you want to call it that. Eventually it'll come undone. But 10mm. This is just for when you're changing the battery, and I'm only doing this to correct what I didn't do in the first video. Then I'll I'll put the link to it in the description, in the two comments I seen on. Hang on, run out of room. Big frickin' fingers. Okay, it's almost there. I guess you can kind of undo it a little with your finger, but it's very tight. Oops, and I goofed. Like I said, 10mm. Speed wrench is better, but you can use one of these. That isn't a speed wrench. I don't think a 10mm speed wrench from Lowe's or Menards or any other place would be really that expensive. Just as long as the head on it isn't so big that it won't fit in this little space. If you can keep the speed wrench on there while you undo this, it is a little better. Hang on, I'm about at the end, so just give me a little. Come on, you're almost there. Bad thing about having big hands like mine was I'm always having to do a lot of stuff by feel. Okay, your wrench can hang on to this. It's a little, that kind of bolt. Okay, these are the two bolts. That's all that's holding it to the frame of the vehicle. And you just take this and you lift it and raise it out of the way. I've had no trouble doing it this way, but if you do not do this, you will not be able to get your battery out. Do not disconnect any wires to it or anything. Just loosen these two bolts. And of course you gotta take this guy out, this support strut, which I believe is a 13mm socket, best for that. But this here is a speed wrench or a wrench. Speed wrench is you're gonna probably cuss and swear a lot if you use this. I don't cuss and swear, but you probably would. Normally people would cuss and swear dealing. Even this is a pain in the butt to get out of here. Try not to drop it in there, you'll save yourself a headache or two. There you go. And you do the reverse to put it back on. But basically, I don't know if you can see it. Okay, I was looking at the camera, you can't really see. There's a support strut that goes across here. Most of you who tried to change this battery know exactly what I'm talking about. There's two bolts in the front and one bolt in the back. They're all 13mm, I believe. Something GM does. I don't know whether it's good or bad. It's just, I suppose it's just in the way. I'm not sure places like Walmart will replace that kind of. They may not do it for you for the battery. I don't know how far they'll go to do the job. There's 2 bolts. I don't know if you can see it in here. There's a bolt here that goes to these 2 holes here. Sorry if I'm over explaining here, but that's how I do it. Just take this, manipulate it out of the way. It gives you just enough space to get the battery in and out. That's after you take the support bracket out. That's directly below it. Alright, just make sure you're going the right way because you're wasting your time if you don't. Alright, put this back on. I'm going to just cut out this seam here. Putting the bolts back on, that is. That's basically all you do. Most of the time spent in this video, I think, for me doing it right the second, is taking the bolts on and off. Okay, just don't want to break it. Make sure that one's about like that. Yep. Alright, got the bolts back on. Here's the cover. Just, there's a point here, 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 and here where this cover will go back in. Just place it with these clips down in, these little clips down into the hole. It's kind of plug and play, I suppose. Just like that. There's 4 of them you have to undo. They can be a little bit of a pain sometimes, but that's all you really have to do for the fuse box to get at the battery. To, let me undo this here. To get at the battery down here, get this thing out. I mean, you don't have to loosen it to get this strut out, or this this support out, but you're gonna have to undo it anyway. So there you go. I hope it helps. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.